Good evening, everyone. Your first forecast is brought to you by Store It at Home rent-to-own portable buildings. There were a few showers that popped up in the afternoon hours. This is due to Alberta, which has made landfall, and we're still feeling the effects of it, even though it is in the panhandle of Florida. So there were a few showers and thunderstorms, but they died down very quickly. Tomorrow, we're going to be hot and humid once again. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures starting off around 69 degrees, 87 degrees at noon, and then by 5 o'clock, temperatures soaring into the 90s. We are going to be seeing scorching heat, or feeling it, as we make our way toward the end of the week. We'll have details on that on ABC 31 News.
Welcome to ABC 31 News tonight. I'm Scott Beadle. Across the nation, people are stopping to remember the servicemen and women who died protecting our freedom. ABC 31 Char Thomas shows us how people were observing the day in Rapides Parish.
When it is all said and done, rows of flags stands as a reminder of freedom. For millions of Americans, Memorial Day isn't just an extra day off from work, but a day to remember those who paid the ultimate price.
Every day should be Memorial Day because these are men and women that have literally given us a gift of life.
Today, locals and veterans came together to pay their respects and show gratitude to those fallen soldiers. Wife of a veteran, Carmen Chapman, says there's no words to describe how grateful she is.
It's hard to express in words actually what it means to me to be here today. It's actually in my heart of the brave men who served our country to, for our freedom.
Although today was bittersweet for some, it brings great joy and honor to remember those who gave their lives so we can be free. Char Thomas, ABC 31 News.
The Chicago area is marking this Memorial Day with a series of ceremonies and parades. Thousands lined the parade routes in Arlington Heights Monday morning. The Veterans Memorial Committee of Arlington Heights is in its 99th year of hosting one of the largest Memorial Day parades in the area. The parade consisted of more than 3,000 marchers and veterans from World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and Desert Storm. Parade goers honored heroes and paid tribute to them on this somber day. Meanwhile, in Virginia, President Trump placed a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier at Arlington National Cemetery. Before heading to the solemn ceremony, the president tweeted that, quote, "Those who died for our great country would be very happy and proud at how well our country is doing today." First Lady Melania Trump also sent out a tweet thanking all service members and their families who sacrificed so much to keep us safe. ABC's Rosalia Fodera shows us how one family's Memorial Day had more than just a cookout. It had something 30 years in the making.
Family cookouts mean food and laughs. But Obadiah Smith thought he'd never be at one again.
I thought they didn't love me no more.
We hadn't heard from him in almost 30-something years.
31 years ago, Smith found himself homeless in California after serving in the Marines.
That was my last duty station where I was discharged.
His family on the other side of the country in Bennettsville.
I spent the next 30-some years trying to find myself.
It was a hard 30 years. Smith struggled with no money.
I couldn't maintain a place to stay because I wasn't making enough money. And I ended up homeless.
Until the VA office connected him with the church in California.
The way church that I was going to, they paid for my expenses back home.
He's no longer a homeless veteran.
How you doing, man?
He's like the prodigal son. He went into a poor country, and he's now returned home.
Home with one of his two families.
We have two families. We have a California family, and we have my blood family back here. And that's a blessing. I was really blessed.
A family picture that's now complete.
Back here at home, we're remembering when temperatures rise, some of our elderly residents don't always have the luxury of turning on air conditioning. That's why KLAX TV and area businesses have teamed up to form the Spring Fan Drive for the elderly.
Well, we've actually been involved with the Fan Drive for seniors for a couple of years, and so it's something that we definitely want to educate the public to make them aware that we're accepting donations for fans. It's Brookdale Senior Living along with some of the other senior centers, and I think that we'll list those later. But you can drop off a fan. We can come pick up a fan. We've had companies that have donated, you know, 5, 10, 15, even last year I think Cleco donated 30 fans to us. But if you cannot, if you're unable to bring the fans to one of the drop-off locations, if you will call myself at Brookdale, and we can come pick them up.
And for more information, you can call the Cenla Area Agency on Aging at 800-454-9573. The state has given a critical audit to the Housing Authority of the City of Ville Platte. The state legislative auditor says the authority may have improperly paid the assistant police chief for some security services. Now to the on-again, off-again summit with North Korea. U.S. officials deployed to North Korea and Singapore in an effort to revive the previously scheduled peace summit that President Trump canceled. ABC's Tara Palmieri has more from Washington.
President Trump projecting confidence that there will be a sit-down with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un in little more than 2 weeks. This after calling off the summit just last week amid threats on both sides of nuclear war.
I've decided to terminate the planned summit in Singapore on June 12th.
Now the president announcing that a U.S. delegation has crossed the border into North Korea to try to salvage the meeting. A second U.S. delegation taking off for Singapore on Sunday with a mission to set the stage for the historic peace summit. Trump tweeting, "I truly believe North Korea has brilliant potential and will be a great economic and financial nation one day. Kim Jong-un agrees with me on this. It will happen." Over the weekend, a surprise meeting between the leaders of North and South Korea, where they were photographed embracing.
We're looking at June 12th in Singapore. That hasn't changed.
North Korea last week claiming to blow up a nuclear test facility. All this before a group of foreign journalists as a show of good faith. Many still skeptical that the summit will result in real change from North Korea.
I remain convinced that he does not want to denuclearize. In fact, he will not denuclearize.
President Trump said the goal of the summit is to denuclearize the Korean Peninsula. But the South Koreans say that the only way that Kim will do this if he's guaranteed the survival of his regime. Tara Palmieri, ABC News, the White House.
The leaders of North and South Korea have agreed to another meeting on June 1st between their top officials.
Good morning, Central Louisiana.
Good morning, America.
Look for your local weather updates during GMA. Brought to you by LSUA. Find your way to A.
Welcome back, everyone. We're going to see plenty of sunshine as we head into your Tuesday. Hot and humid conditions as well, so unseasonably warm again tomorrow, staying dry through the rest of the week. And we're going to experience that searing heat late in the week. In fact, temperatures will be very close to that triple-digit mark. As we make our way toward the weekend, though, we do have rain chances. Unfortunately, it's not going to bring much cooler air right now. Temperatures still in the 40s, and we are going to see a warm start to the day. High temperatures today, 94 degrees in Alexandria, 91 degrees in Leesville. A little bit cooler in Natchez, around 88 degrees with a little bit more cloud cover as well. So temperatures well above normal, about 5 to 10 degrees above normal. Winds are coming from the north, and this comes as circulation around Alberto is just bringing those north winds, and it did bring a few showers across the area as well. Dew points very high, 72 degrees, very steamy air out there, and we're going to continue with this very sticky air as we make our way toward the end of the week. But Alberto has made landfall in the panhandle of Florida, but we are still feeling the effects of it. These showers, thunderstorms coming in, but they were very short-lived this afternoon, and we're going to see lots of sunshine returning tomorrow as the ridge of high pressure builds in. That means warm air across the region. In fact, the hot air will continue to move to the east. We're going to see plenty of sunshine, which of course will help to boost those temperatures up. So here's a look at your forecast. Tonight, very mild, 71 degrees in Boise, Otis, and in Colfax. Around 70 degrees, 69 degrees in Alexandria. Mostly cloudy conditions tonight. A humid day, or I should say a humid evening and into the overnight. Tomorrow, once again, the heat and humidity will continue with highs much like today. 93 degrees in Alexandria, Boise and Otis around 94 degrees, Colfax 94 as well, and we're looking at 93 degrees in Leesville. A few clouds out there, but overall we're going to see lots of sunshine as we make our way toward the end of the week. Take a look at this. 95 degrees on your Wednesday with lots of sunshine, staying mostly sunny through your Friday. Temperatures in the upper 90s, and you know with that humidity it's going to feel much warmer than that, so you definitely want to stay hydrated through the next few days. It's going to be unseasonably warm, and then over the weekend we're expecting very hot conditions. Temperatures will be around 98 degrees for your Saturday. We do have chances of rain as we head toward the end of the weekend. We dip down to a little bit to around 92, and then we'll be back into the mid to upper 90s for early next week. That's a look at your weather. Stay tuned. Scott?
Thanks, Kim. Whew, that is going to be a hot week ahead. Now for the latest on what's happening in Hollywood, here's Christopher Watson.
I waited a long time for a shot like this.
But it's looking like Solo, a Star Wars story, is going to fall short of expectations. Opening estimates were around $130 to $150 million, but as of Sunday, the prequel was tracking for a more modest $101 million over the four-day holiday weekend.
It's my honor to introduce the new Bachelorette, Becca!
Becca Kufrin vows tonight as the Bachelorette on ABC after being proposed to and then dumped by Ari Leyendijk on last season's The Bachelor. When it comes to looks, does Becca have a particular type she's looking for?
No, I wouldn't say physical. I mean, like, my dream crush, celebrity crush, is Michael Strahan, and, you know, he looks nothing like how Ari looked or my ex before that looked.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
We've got a wedding date for former Game of Thrones castmates Rose Leslie and Kit Harington, June 23rd in Aberdeenshire, Scotland. And actress Carey Mulligan's 32 Monday. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Christopher Watson, ABC News.
When temperatures rise, some don't always have the luxury of turning on a thermostat. That's why KLAX TV and area businesses have teamed up to form the Spring Fan Drive for the elderly. You can help by dropping off a fan at a location near you. Fans will be collected and distributed by each parish's Council on Aging provider. Remember, keeping cool isn't something that comes easy for everyone. Help us to bring some relief from the summer heat to those less fortunate.
Good evening and welcome back to KLAX ABC31 Sports. I am Zach Seminar. The Northwestern State Demons baseball team has finally ended their 13-year NCAA tournament drought after claiming their very first Southland Conference crown with a 7-5 win over New Orleans over the weekend. The Demons waited anxiously this morning before learning their NCAA regional fate, a trip to Corvallis, Oregon to face Pac-12 power and nationally third-seeded Oregon State. The Demons are joined to the regional by LSU and San Diego State. Now the Demons opener with the Beavs is set for 9:30 Friday night in front of a nationally televised audience on ESPNU. But whether it's postseason, regular season, East Coast or West Coast, it's still the game of baseball.
It's just the game. You don't necessarily play the opponent. You're playing the game the whole time. It's no matter where you go, you're playing the game of baseball, which isn't going to change very much.
I hope we can go up there and compete like we always do. You know, we talk about that, compete regardless of circumstance. And it's a new circumstance for us. But it doesn't matter if it's Oregon State or LSU or San Diego State or somebody out east. You know, let's just go out there and compete.
Commuters at Tampa International were hit with a serious dose of puppy love on Friday afternoon. Yeah, the paparazzi was on hand to capture a moment where a service dog went into labor waiting for a flight. Ellie, short for Eleanor Rigby, is a 2-year-old Labrador Retriever and a service dog. She was waiting to fly to Philly with her owner, Diane Van Adder, when, well, she went into labor. Tampa Fire Rescue was on hand to help deliver the pups. The new mom delivered 8 puppies, 7 males and 1 female.
Oh. 7 versus 1, huh?
Right.
How'd you like to be that one?
That one.
That's a ratio. Well, that certainly makes having a delayed flight or even just waiting for your flight. If you have a layover.
Yeah. Yeah. You know how, they don't really allow pregnant women at certain, the third trimester on planes. I'm surprised that they would let a pregnant dog on plane. I don't know. Because, you never know. He might might have given birth on the
She
flight.
she went into
So-
labor on the flight. That would have been
Things
Yeah,
would have gotten
that's
rough.
kind of interesting.
right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching. Have a great night.
Fort Polk invites you to an evening of honor, gratitude, and rock and roll with the Lieutenant Dan Band. Let's have some fun and get ready to rock the house on June 9th. Enjoy an afternoon of golf for a good cause at Oak Wing Golf Club. Register your team and support the LSUA Alumni and Friends Association Scramble for Scholarships. Let's celebrate all things insects at the 11th Annual Kent House Bug Day on June 2nd. Enjoy learning, getting crafty, and of course, meet Smokey Bear. Join us at Oak Wing Golf Club for the Gary Grand Memorial Golf Tournament on June 1st. Proceeds help support our youth through educational and recreational opportunities. For more community events, visit us on Facebook or at KLAXTV.com.